Hi everyone, welcome back to the second video on key people in the assessment process with reference to ECCE providers. The learning outcome of this video is inspect the need for a ECCE provider to involve parents and families in sharing assessment data. What is the role of an ECCE provider as a key person in assessment process? The first one is engaging family in assessment process. ECCE providers have to share child assessment information with parents and families. They have to establish partnerships. Establishing partnerships depends much on ECCE providers as they interact and communicate with parents and families regarding their child. The aim is to make parents and families have access to their child's information, making sure that the information is understandable and meaningful, prompting parents to give inputs about their child and making maximum sharing of information from both sides, that is parents and teachers as well. This will help families, parents and teachers in assessment process. The second thing is sharing information. ECCE providers have an important role to make people understand that sharing information is everyone's responsibility. Staff members interact with the child and they have information which they can share with parents to strengthen the parent-teacher partnership as well as assessment process. Teachers focus on classroom behavior and performance. Family members focus on home environment and child's behavior. So ECCE providers help family members to share information with teachers and how to share it and vice versa, so that assessment results will have adequate information about the child. The next one is viewpoints of sharing information of assessments. It's well understood that parents and family members have vast information about children. The family background, child's needs, culture, beliefs, child rearing, parenting, family influences, etc. At the same time, ECCE providers also have their own knowledge, beliefs and attitudes. They also have developmental and educational information about the child based on observation, assessments like information about child's performance, curriculum, learning goals that they have prepared for the child, knowledge about child's next educational environment, their own training, experience and professional philosophy, culture, supervision, nature, etc. Sharing this information is an essential step in making a healthy learning environment for the children. ECCE providers have to make an effort that this information is blended to arrive at a valid assessment result. The next role is approaches for sharing information of assessments. Firstly, ECCE providers should get started with parents' viewpoint. ECCE providers should know what parents are expecting from them. Hence, before sharing any information about a child, it is important to consider why the information is needed. The information about the child's assessment has to be given to parents so that collaborative work can be done to improve the child's development and learning. So, it is important to share the information accordingly with parents' viewpoint. Secondly, ECCE providers should maintain positivity and specificity. It is important for the ECCE provider to be positive and specific when sharing the child's assessment with parents. Any parent would like a positive comment. Rather than a positive comment, it is more advisable for ECCE educator or a provider to put forth a child's unique quality, as parents usually will be more interested in child's behavior and academic performance. Hence, ECCE educators should be able to present the child assessment where parents will know that the child's strengths are recognized and appreciated. Child strengths are important because the challenges the child faces can be overcome by building these strengths. The next role is share assessment descriptively. Share the assessment of child's behavior and performance in a simple and clear manner without any interpretation and judgment. This will help in identifying common ground and differences. ECCE providers can share assessments by appreciating parents' perspective at first, so that the upsetting assessment result can also be shared and communicated with much respect and honesty. The differences in observations and interpretations should also be openly acknowledged, so that after listening to each other's descriptions, assessments and observations, interpretations can provide a much thoughtful information so that parent-teacher partnership will be benefited. The next role is pay attention to parent-child relationship. Observation of parent-child interaction is a big tool in assessment data, as it is shown in research that positive parent-child relationship influences better cognitive, social and emotional outcomes among preschool children. ECCE providers should make efforts in strengthening these relationships so that better child outcomes can be achieved. It is also important on the part of the ECCE providers to make parents understand that parent-child relationship is valued and supported because it is distinctively marking their child's development. ECCE providers should plan effective strategies to reinforce better parent-child relationships. The next one is recognize parental competence. ECCE providers should recognize, compliment and acknowledge parents' abilities. ECCE providers should make it a point to treat parents as specialists of their child. Make them partners in decision-making process in school about their child and attribute child's progress to parents' efforts. This can reinforce a sense of competence among parents, and an effective partnership can be built which will help in valid assessments. The next one is respond to parents' emotions. Emotions are a vital part of parent-child relationship. Emotions are always present in parents' understanding of their children. It is very important that ECCE provider should show interest in the assessment results, whether parents are happy on their child's success or worry about their child's challenges. So, it is important to make space for emotions during parent-teacher interactions. At the same time, information should be shared depending on the understanding capacity of the parent. It is also important to make sure that this will not interfere in arriving at a shared understanding of the child and the assessment. Sharing of information should be an ongoing process. Sharing of information from ongoing assessment should be sustained. Sharing information helps to develop a common view about the child over time. When parents and teachers continue to share their concerns about the child and understand that they are committed, they do respect each other's perspectives and will be accepting differences and respond to each other for a new information about the child's need. As a parent-teacher relationship deepens, the quality of information will become richer and parents-teacher program will become more meaningful, effective and come forth with fruitful results. Responsibilities of ECCE providers of making parents and families understand about their child's assessments. The following points are the prime responsibility of ECCE provider. The very purpose of the assessment should be explained thoroughly to the parents and families, that is, why the assessments are done. Make parents understand that assessments are done to identify child's abilities in performing everyday activities, to decide about the need for intervention, to monitor child's progress and to develop individual plan for the child and family as well. Secondly, give a detailed description about the assessment process and the kind of information that is taken, like what are the assessment instruments or tools that will be used, what the ECCE teachers, educators or providers will be doing in the assessment process, how long the assessment process will go on, and inform the parents about the families where and when the assessment process will be done. The third thing is give parents details about the ways family will be involved in the assessment process, like interacting with the child, providing information about the child during or after the assessment. Along with this, explain parents about the importance of family involvement and their input about the child. The next one is sit with parents and family and request them to describe a typical day of their child. Take a day out with parents along with the child for informal observations. Make discussions, use checklists, photos or videos of the child and other methods to find the strengths, interests, needs and the ways in which the child participates in everyday activities. Next one is accept the concerns of parents and families and record the feedback given about the child's behavior, skills, interests and development. Summarize their observations and comments. Substantiate the understanding about the child is right by confirming again with family. Encourage parents and family to reflect and ask questions on their child's performance during the assessment and reassure them about the assessment procedure. Explain the assessment results together with the child's strengths, interests and challenges in everyday activities. Describe assessment outcomes about the child's developmental levels and explain how the child's developmental level requires intervention only if needed for the child's progress. Finally, invite parents and family input on the correctness of the assessment results. Involve parents and family in a discussion about their concern and priorities for the further steps to be taken. Thank you.